See, most Christians teach this group of people is a group of Christians, and that these Christians are being divided up into two groups. The one group that did all the good works go to heaven, but the group that did all the bad works, or I guess lacked good works, they go to hell. But here's the question. Who did these Christians do the good works for? Apparently they did it for Jesus's brethren. But here's the question. If these are all Christians, then who are Jesus's brethren in the parable? They'll say that when the Christians were nice to other Christians, or just nice to total strangers even, that they were being nice to Jesus and that these were his brethren. But then that would imply the goats are going to hell because they were the ones that were sick. They were the ones in prison. They were the ones that were in these terrible situations that needed the help, and they go to hell just because they were simply helpless. Meanwhile, these Christians who had the ability to afford to help these people get to go to heaven. And that sounds very cruel if God's really punishing these people just because they were helpless and unable to do good works. But let's look at what the Bible says about Jesus's brethren. Who are Jesus's brothers and sisters? In Romans 8:16 it says, "The Spirit itself bears witness with our spirit that we are the children of God. And if children, then heirs, heirs of God, and joint heirs with Christ, if so be that we suffer with him, that we may also be glorified together." It says a little bit later in verse 29, "For whom God did foreknow, God also did predestinate to be conformed to the image of his Son, that he might be the firstborn among many brethren. Moreover, whom he did predestinate, them he also called, and whom he called, them he also justified, and whom he justified, them he also glorified." So let's think about this prophecy of the sheep and the goats and what's going on here.